Welcome back to the week 4. I'm going to call it a recap. I couldn't really do a vlog on meet day just because I was too dialed in, too focused, too much going on, honestly, during the meet that I didn't want to get distracted by recording myself. So I don't have any footage actually of me commentating on meet day. So I'm just going to sum it up here, talk about some of my thoughts about how it went, about my mindset, about just the recap, overall, pulling it all together. So to be started, it was on a Sunday. I showed up. I weighed in at 1, and I weighed 94 kilos. And that means I did not cut really anything. It's about 207 pounds. And my off-season weight, I've been at like 210, 211, and I did a gut cut and a water cut. And I lost 4 pounds. And I think the majority of that was just from me really not eating much the day before the meet. Me not drinking much at all the day, like the last 12 to 16 hours before weigh-ins. So very underwhelming as far as the cut. I was hoping to be at least 205, maybe even less, but 207 was just, way lower than I was expecting. So some, I guess, thoughts about the weight cut was just that I don't drink any water. Like as far as looking at retrospectively about why I didn't lose the weight that I should have, I just don't drink much water to begin with. So Marcellus's water load protocol is that you drink double your normal water intake for 4 days out from the meet, 3 days out, 2 days out, and then 1 day out, you go back to your normal intake. So for me, when I come to find out leading into the weeks of my prep, leading into the meet, I was only consuming like I'd say maybe 40, 50 ounces of water. And that is terrible. And I'm like, I don't know how it's so low. But most of my job, I'm sitting at this desk, either programming, responding to clients, or doing circuit boards. This is like a majority of the work I do is I do soldering circuit boards. So I'm just sitting. I'm not really that active. And as a result, I really don't get that thirsty. So this is definitely something I want to dial in going forward. I think just for better health, having more water has many benefits that I don't need to get into. But as a result, double my water intake was literally like 3/4 of a gallon. So as a result, I didn't really water load that much. I just ended up drinking what would be a healthy amount of water. And then when I cut the water out or lowered it, I didn't really lose any weight. So that's the weight. That's the explanation behind being 94. I wanted to be a 93, but I ended up being 94 anyways. I don't really care that much because it's just a local meet. It's a state meet. And a lot of the Texas lifters are either going to Powerlifting America or they just didn't go to this meet. So I was able to win the 100 kg class despite only totaling 750, which I don't even think is really that impressive of a total for 100 kg. Clarify, it's not a bad total. It won a state meet and it's a respectable total, but I know teen lifters in the 70 kilo class that literally outlifted my performance. So there's a lot of work to be done, and I don't know. I feel like I would take a lot of pride in winning like a national meet or a meet where the competition is like really, really, really stacked. Not that the competition at this meet was bad. There were some strong guys. I barely won. Someone was pulling for the win. I believe they were around like a 700-pound deadlift, and if they'd gotten it, they would have beat me, but they failed it, and I only won because of that. But all that being said, 750 kilo total. Wanted to weigh 93, but I didn't. Weighed 94. I won the 100 kg weight class. I was in the men's open division. I thought I signed up for the junior, but when I got there, I'm like, oh, I'm in open. Let's see if we can do it. So starting, I got the cut, got Olive Garden, ate some chicken Alfredo and some breadsticks for the recomp. It was great. I love pasta. I normally actually eat mac and cheese prior to a lot of my SBD sessions on my Saturdays. So it was something I could trust, I could eat, knew I'd be fine, felt good. I didn't really have a lot of an appetite. I never have an appetite on meet day. I think just the gut cut and whatnot. I feel really hungry, but then when I just start eating food, I'm only able to eat a little bit. So the recomp was fine. Going into squats, once I got that pre-workout in me, energy was you know, rising, starting to feel good, getting in a groove, in a good mood, whatnot. Warm-ups felt amazing. I went 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, 4 red, or, you know, 485 being the last warm-up, 4 reds. Felt great. 562 was my opener. Absolutely flew, incredibly easy. You can see the clip of it here. I then jumped to 606 being the plan A. Second attempt, you know, best possible case, second attempt if I feel really good. Took 606, moved incredibly easy. Kate was there. She was like, let's take 644, be smart. And Marcellus, what he talked with me before the meet was if we were going to take 650, which was the plan A, third attempt squat, I had to be confident that I could take 660. And this is the best I have ever felt on a squat day ever. So I knew I'd be good for it. Put 650 in. You can see here. It moved incredibly well. So good. Probably one of the easiest singles I've ever hit as far as like a PR on squat. All my PRs have always been like huge grinds, really challenging. If you've been following me long at all, you'd know that they're long reps. And like the only rep that comes to mind that was close to this easy was actually the first time I hit 600. And that was like a little over 2 years ago, and it moved like RP8. And that was easier than this, but a really, really easy third. So that brought a lot of confidence, had me feeling really, really good. So I was very, very hyped to hit that, as you can see in the video. Moving on to the bench press. Warm-ups felt good. I'm dealing with my left pec, you know, right at the insertion, a little bit of like just pain and tenderness throughout all of my prep. It hasn't been to the point where it's really affected my bench, but it's just kind of like been there in my head, in the back of my mind. I can just feel it a little bit in between sets. Even on my rest days, like in some movements. It didn't necessarily affect my pressing, but I could feel it. So I felt it there on warm-ups, but everything was still moving well and feeling good. I opened with 170, which is the heaviest I've ever opened in a meet, and it moved incredibly well. I jumped 10 kg to 180. The actually, I believe, plan B, second attempt. So I went to 180, which is 396 pounds, which would have been a 5 kilo all-time meet PR. So very, very happy to be hitting a meet PR in my second attempt. With how stagnant my bench progress has been, it's been like really years since I've added anything to my meet best in bench. I hit 386 on bench at the Michigan State meet over 2 years ago. I have not added to my meet bench since then. So to be able to add 5 kilos was really nice. Felt okay, but didn't feel great. I felt the pec a little bit. So I decided to take a smart call of only jumping 5 kilos to 185.
Come on, bud. Third attempt. You got this. Stay strong. Stay strong. Get it up.
I thought I would have it. As you can see in the video, I didn't. I barely got up the chest, and I don't know. I think that obviously a combination of just not being strong enough to hit it. Otherwise, I would have. And I also think I just didn't get as amped up as I normally do for a PR. I almost was somewhat passive with it, that I think if I would just had a little more aggression and tapped into that like I do, you know, like for my squats and whatnot, I think I could have made it move at least better. But who knows? I still walked away with a 10, 11 pound PR on the comp bench, so I'm really happy with that. But a little frustrating because I really wanted to go 9 for 9 this meet, and I thought that 185 would be the smart call, but what can you do? Still came out with a PR. Now, moving on to deadlift. This was really fun, and I got to finally test out, I guess, the method of big jumps for deadlift. I mean, squat, I already took a pretty big jump from 562 to 606, you know, like almost 50 pounds. Deadlift, I opened with 485 or 220. I was like the third in my flight. I was at the beginning of the flight, and it moved like an empty bar, as you can see here in the video. It was so easy. I then jumped to 606, which was the plan A, second attempt, taking a, what is this, like a 120-pound jump. A 55 kilo jump, huge jump. But this is what I do in training. Sometimes I start at 485 for my warm up, and then I will jump to 600. So this wasn't anything new, but doing it in competition definitely is different. People aren't used to seeing that. They were like, what's this guy doing? Like when I went to the attempt table to write in my second attempt, I'm like, I'm taking 275. They were like, 275? Did I hear you right? I'm like, yep, I am. I had like made sure they put it in because I didn't want them to put in a weight that was lighter. But yeah, I jumped a lot of weight, moved really easy. I put 300 kg in as a placeholder to be my third. That was the plan A, third attempt, and obviously you can change your third deadlift to lower if you want to. And I had to use the bathroom. So I run over to the bathroom. I get out of the bathroom literally as like I'm on deck. So like I grab my buddy. I'm like, hey, please put baby powder in my quads. Like right now, like go, 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 go. He put him on, and literally I'm like walking up to the platform as the guy that's before me is like grabbing the bar. I'm like, shit. I did not have enough time to lower the attempt. And granted, if I did have the time, I don't even know if I would have. I already secured the 10 or 12 kilo meet PR off of my second attempt deadlift. But it does bite that I failed 300. Like mentally, I felt good. Grip was good on the day. I felt, great. Only thing was after my second attempt, walking away from the bar, my hamstring was cramping up a little bit, but I didn't feel it at all during the lift. So I still had the confidence going into the final single. But I just was in a rush coming from the bathroom and I was like, man, frustrating. But I go out there, I go to attempt 300. I'm taking the moment in. I'm being patient. I'm doing everything I normally do. I grab the bar, break it off the floor, and then I just can feel like the weight is not going anywhere, and then it starts to slip out of my hands. So it wasn't a grip issue, though. It flew out of my hands. It was just I wasn't strong enough on the day to hit it. A little frustrating, but oh well. I hit the total PR, and that's really what I wanted. I haven't PR'd my total since that state meet in, this is the date because I can't remember right now and I'm tired, but long time. So to hit that PR feels really good. I already planned on taking a long break from powerlifting, like hyper-specific powerlifting training after this meet. So to end the meet on a high note, be able to walk away with the total PR and like have that win feels really good as I'm going into this off-season like type of training to where I can be satisfied with it. I'm happy with it. I wanted more. That deadlift would have gotten me a 775 kilo total, which would have been really sweet, but I still came away with the PR, like I said, so I'm happy with it. Now, like I said, I'm taking a break. Like here's the second half of the video, the update to where my training is going to be going from here. I think I talked a little bit about it in the week 3 video, but I'm going to be doing primarily bodybuilding training. And then I'm going with a friend of mine named Connor to a jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, wrestling. They got a bunch of different martial arts gym. And I'm going to train there, 2, maybe 3 days a week, depending on what my schedule allows. And I'm really looking forward to it. I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing powerlifting training for 5 years. I started at 15, a few months before I turned 16 in the summer of my sophomore year, going into junior year. And I've literally been on a program that either I've written for myself or one of my 3 different coaches I've worked for had written for me. And I've literally been on program every single week since 15. And I'm 21 now. It's been over 5 years of powerlifting. And I've almost felt trapped in the sense that I've been so dialed in, so obsessed with this sport that every week I'm coming up to the gym, and then every Monday is the same workout. Every Saturday is the same workout. Now, it may be different depending on the training plan I'm on, but it's like, this day is this day is this day is this. I have no room to do other things. Like I can't pursue other sports because I just don't have either the time or the fatigue available to pursue these other disciplines. So that was hard. Felt a little bit trapped. Like, here I am, I'm 21. And I think what it stemmed from was just that my goal was to be like a national champion. I really wanted to be a national champion. I've gone to USAPL Raw Nats 3 different times. I've gotten second every single time. So I just was very motivated to win. And now that I'm a junior, the prospect of me winning is not going to be for another few years, because there's just some really, really strong people in the 93 kilo class or the 100 class, both without a reach for several years, at least for me to try and catch them. So with that, seeing this like mountain I have to climb, combined with the ambition that I have to win, is starting to weigh down on me that, man, if I really want to get to that point, I'm going to be in this a lot longer. And I just had this sense of feeling like I'm trapped. Like, man, I can't go pursue these other disciplines without it taking away from the powerlifting. And being so obsessed with the powerlifting meant that I'm stuck. So I realized to myself, here I'm 21 and I'm still in the junior category until 23. I could take 6 months off and still come back to powerlifting and be competitive at it. It's not like I'm going to lose all my strength, especially considering I'm going to be doing bodybuilding. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing bodybuilding. I'm going to be doing some martial arts, just having fun. Like, the gym for me, the past year, even a little bit before that, like even over a year, I've had spurts where I've been enjoying it, but the majority of it has just been, I'm coming in out of discipline. I want to be the best. Have that goal, and if I've got a certain goal, I'm going to set out and get it. And my genetics are good, but they're not the kind of genetics that I can just show up and be at like top of the nation level strength. I'm like somewhere a little bit below it, that if I want to win, I'm going to have to work really, 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 really hard. And I can't let genetics carry me there, because they won't. I've seen that the past 2 years that I've been at roughly the same total. And some of it's been work ethic. My work ethic hasn't been as good. I've had a lot more stuff, personal life going on, getting married, work, moving across the country from Florida to Michigan to Texas. Not excuses, just a lot going on. And I have not given my all. So within that, I still want to win. I still want to be at the top, but I need a break. So I'll be taking that break. I'll be doing these other things. I'm super, super excited to do some of the bodybuilding. I've already done one of my workouts, and I'll get into more detail about that in my next video, breaking down what my future plans are. It's just a little teaser breakdown of what I'm doing. But yeah, the meet was good. I'm happy with it. I'm really looking forward to my future training. I hope y'all enjoy these videos, the commentary I give, the breakdown I do, I guess just the insight to what I'm doing with my training, where my mind's at. I've been enjoying making them, and I won't lie, it's been a challenge. It's not natural to me to make these YouTube videos, but I hope you like them. If you do, let me know in the comments. Tell me if you want me to keep making them, if you enjoy them, if you've made it this far. That it's encouraging when I hear y'all enjoy my content, enjoy making it, because I haven't made a whole lot of YouTube videos yet. So that's the video. That's how the meet went. More content will definitely be coming out on this channel about my training, bodybuilding. I may do some longer form rants about different topics, principles in powerlifting. If you want to hear me talk about anything, have any questions about anything, put that in the comments as well. I want to make more content, and if there's something that someone specifically wants for me to go and make, it gives me all the reason to do it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe. I'm a YouTuber now. I have to say these at the end of every video. And have a good day. And thank you for watching.